Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and just stick around. Also, if you need any help with your particular situation, I offer one-on-one coaching, email coaching, small group coaching, as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. So if you're interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. Today's video is about something that a lot of you guys have requested, and this is manifesting financial abundance, manifesting material abundance, manifesting money. So there are a lot of points to be made about that. There's quite a few things that I want to touch on, so let's get started. First of all, I wanted to address the self-concept that most people having challenges with money have around money. There tends to be a lot of guilt and shame around money. A lot of the time it's unconscious. A lot of the time it's been conditioned to us since our younger years, since our childhood, especially for people who have grown up in more disadvantaged environments, in poorer societies. That is very, very prominent. There is a guilt and a shame around money, and money is sort of put on a pedestal and made to feel as if it's out there, as if it's unattainable, as if it's something very hard to get. And obviously when you are a conscious manifestor, these are exactly the things that you want to be avoiding. You don't want your manifestation to feel like it's on a pedestal, that it's out there, that it's unattainable, undoable, impossible. You want the opposite. You want to feel it possible. You want to feel it natural. You want to feel it absolutely doable. And so that's what we're going to address in a moment. So surrounding guilt and shame around money, I want you guys to take an honest thinking about what your self-concept is about money. And honestly, hand in your heart, ask yourselves if you are feeling any guilt or shame around money, because chances are that you might be having those feelings. For example, if you're feeling some sort of guilt and shame when you're receiving money, if you might be feeling unworthy of making a lot of money, or that can simply take the form of, oh, a lot of money is not for me, like a self-assumption like that. You see yourself as someone who is never going to make much money, not for any particular reason, perhaps because you were born in poverty or you were born in a disadvantaged environment, and you just see yourself as not the kind of person who can ever make a lot of money. For example, this is completely ego mind, by the way. It's not rational. It is not based on anything. It's just pure conditioning. But a lot of the times we don't realize that it is that. So any guilt and shame around making money, around receiving money from work or from any other source, around spending money, being very, very self-conscious about how much you spend, how much everything costs, just budgeting like crazy and all that kind of stuff. This is all evidence of guilt and shame surrounding your self-concept around money. And you need to drop these if you are to step into a new self-concept and a new version of yourself who is now capable of making a lot of money, who is worthy of making a lot of money, who is worthy of financial abundance, material abundance, a lot of money, whatever resources they want, etc., etc. So please, another point, which is very closely related to what I just discussed, is hating rich people. Either hating them or seeing them as something that is completely out there, completely unattainable, seeing them as completely separate from you. And I'm going to explain why that is important in a moment. So if you're hating rich people, if you actually see the 1% and talk disparagingly about them in many ways, for example, oh, they're so greedy, oh, they have so much money, they don't know what to do with it, and there's so many other people in the world in hunger and in poverty, or things like, oh, they must have taken advantage of a lot of people to make all this money, things like that. Or if you simply just feel envious and jealous of them, but you kind of feel like you are watching them from afar and you feel very, very separated from them, and you don't feel like you are a part of that 1%, the 5%, whatever it is, and you just feel very removed from them, shall we say, that is also something that you want to drop, because that is also part of someone's self-concept who is poor, who is not worthy of money, who does not feel and believe that they're ever going to make a lot of money. They see other people who have that as very removed from them, very far away from them. They kind of see it as a pipe dream. And so all that stuff is actually blocking you from stepping into a self-concept and a version of yourself that will actually be conducive to you making money and manifesting the financial and material abundance that you want. So next time you catch yourself feeling envious or jealous of someone who has a lot of money, or saying things like, oh, the 1% don't deserve their money, or they've taken advantage of a lot of people, or shame on them, they have so much and there's other people in the world who have nothing, or, you know, all that kind of stuff, all these kinds of ideas and concepts, I want you to drop them. Be aware of your thoughts, be aware of your assumptions and your beliefs, and once you catch yourself feeling or saying or discussing or even thinking those things, just drop them. Just drop them. So another thing I want to say here, because that's also very closely related to that, is that please be happy when you see people doing well financially, when you see rich people around you, when you know that someone has had a big financial success, for example. Be happy for them. Don't be jealous. Don't be envious. Don't feel inferior to them. Just be happy for them, because you know what? If they are able to make money, so can you. That's what it means. If no one in the world was able to make money and have a lot of money, then where would the hope be that any of us could do better in their life financially? Imagine a world where nobody is making any money, everyone is dirt poor. Instead, if you have a society or you have a good chunk of people, a decent chunk of people doing well financially, don't envy them. Don't feel jealous of them. Don't feel inferior. Don't feel disparaging towards them. Be happy for them and tell yourself that if they're doing it, that means I can do it too, and I am doing it. Now, to get to the next step, if you can, actually surround yourself with those kinds of people. The kinds of people who are very successful financially, who have a lot of money, who can afford to buy a lot of things, who can afford to buy all those things that you want. Surround yourself with those people and allow yourself, instead of feeling jealous of them, instead of feeling inferior or envious, allow yourself to actually learn from them and get inspired by them and their success. And tell yourself that I'm doing it too. If they're doing it, I'm doing it too. I'm learning from them. I'm getting inspired by them, and I am doing it. I am doing it for myself as well. And you want to get comfortable talking about money on a different scale. So essentially, what a lot of people don't understand is that when people talk about material things or money or financial things, it's all money talk, it's all material talk, it's all the same kind of talk, just on a different scale. When someone who might not have a ton of money talks to their friends about, for example, their new iPhone, or maybe an issue they came across with their new iPhone, or, I don't know, a problem with their car, and their car is like a pickup truck, for example. This is the same kind of talk as someone with a lot of money talks with their friends. It's just on a different scale. I want you to realize and understand that. So while you are talking to your friends about your iPhone, about your pickup truck, about whatever it is in your world, they talk to their friends about investments, about the new jet they just got, about the new yacht they're going to get, and just all the issues perhaps that they've encountered here and there. This is the same kind of talk. The only thing that's different is the scale. So if you're manifesting a lot of financial abundance, if you're manifesting being a millionaire or even a billionaire, like I know a lot of you want to be, you need to get comfortable with those kinds of conversations. You need to start feeling very comfortable hearing and talking and hearing discussions about investments, about yachts, about jets, about, I don't know, Teslas, whatever. It is the exact same talk that you are making with your friends about your iPhones, about your cars, about whatever, your apartment, whatever. Just on a very different scale. That's all it is. So please get comfortable with financial and money conversations on a different scale, and on that scale where you aspire to be. Another thing I want you to do is to make sure that you saturate yourself, you immerse yourself into the experience of actually having the kind of money that you want to have, into the experience of already being the person who has the financial abundance, the material abundance, the kind of money that you want to have. Go and do it now. What do I mean by that? There's a lot of things that you can do without even having to spend money if you don't have it. So for example, go to places where rich people go to and take a walk around. You can go to a store, a designer store, and try on expensive designer clothes. Or if you're a woman, maybe you can do expensive handbags or expensive shoes. Whatever you want, whatever motivates you and lights you up and gets you excited, go and do it. You don't have to buy the clothes if you don't have the money. You don't have to buy the shoes or the handbags, but just feel how it is to actually walk into one of those stores and just trying on those clothes, trying on the shoes, or looking at the different bags. Just feel yourself to be in that position and saturate yourself with that experience and immerse yourself into that. If you're dreaming of driving a specific car, go and take it for a test drive. Again, you don't have to buy it, but take it for a test drive. Feel how it feels to drive that dream car of yours. Do you want to live in a specific neighborhood? Well, go take a walk around. Look at the houses. Start imagining yourself living there. Is there an open house, for example? Go in and tour that house. Just let your imagination run wild. Think creatively, think outside the box. Just give yourself all the experiences that you would normally have if you already were the person that you aspire to be, the person that you're manifesting yourself to be. And the last very important point I want to make is that you need to be very, very open and receptive to how the money comes to you. A lot of people who have challenges with money and who are manifesting especially big amounts of money make the mistake of trying to manifest, for example, winning the lottery. There's nothing wrong with that per se, but to an extent it is conditioning your desire. It is conditioning how this money ultimately comes to you. And this could actually delay things. It could confuse the bridge of incidents because there might have been other ways in which the money would come to you. And if you keep focusing on the lottery, I'm not saying that you won't win the lottery one day, but there might have been other ways, and now you're playing with the how and you're kind of just confusing things a little bit. So other than conditioning the desire, which is essentially your rational mind trying to come up with ways on how it can happen, which is something that we want to avoid doing too much when we're manifesting, I want you to instead imagine having the money, not how you're going to get it, but already having it. What are you doing with it? Where are you going? Where are you traveling? What are you buying? Where are you living? Where are you eating? What restaurants are you going to? What countries do you travel to? What resorts do you stay at? What car are you driving? That sort of thing. That's what you want to be imagining rather than trying to condition how exactly the money is going to come to you. And when it comes to that, I really, really want you to be open to the ways and the opportunities in which the money might come in, because you truly don't know how it might come in. It might come in one huge lump sum, or it might come in chunks over some months or even some years. It might be a business opportunity that you weren't aware of and someone alerts you to, and it ends up making you a millionaire. How do you know? So try not to condition your desire about how you want it to come. Try to be open and receptive to however it comes, to all possibilities, to all possible sources. Just be open, just be receptive, and expect it. Now, if you already have a business, of course, by all means, you want to intend for it to become very, very successful and perhaps make you a millionaire. I'm not talking about that. But if you don't necessarily know the way in which the money is going to come, don't condition it to too much. Just be open. Be open and welcome any and all sources of money. And I want you to celebrate every little win, no matter how small. Let's say you won 20 bucks, 50 bucks on scratch or on a lottery ticket, or that you got a small refund from somewhere, or you got a small tax rebate, whatever. No matter how small it is, be happy about it, be grateful about it, and celebrate it because it is a win. And you don't want to minimize it and make the mistake of saying, oh, if I was manifesting millions and I only got 50 bucks, what is this? That's not what I wanted. That's not what I was manifesting. It's not working. Don't make that mistake. Winning even small amounts of money is actually evidence that everything is working well for you, that you are doing something right, that your consciousness is catching up to your new self-concept, the new version of yourself that you're creating, and that little by little you're actually manifesting and creating amounts of money. So you just want to intend that they become bigger and bigger and bigger, but otherwise be grateful and be happy and just celebrate every win, no matter how small it is. And with this, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped you. As always, I very much appreciate having you guys on this channel and watching this content. I love making this content for you. I really appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.